We're here back in the Fantasy Barbecue Wednesday night in the NBA. We got 6 of my favorite plays, including what game I'm looking to stack up tonight. A couple plays in the mid-range I think can really outproduce their salary. And of course, my favorite play of the night. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar. Find out. Welcome in, guys. Wednesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack back here. Once again, 6 guys fresh off the tap for you here in the Fantasy Bar. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Before we get into the plays, you guys know the drill. Take a second, click that thumbs up button. Really appreciate that. That is the tip jar here on this free video. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't want you to miss any of the videos. NBA, NFL, sports betting. We got a ton of videos going out each and every week. And lastly, speaking of sports betting, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. Tons of great information over there. Compare the odds across all the different books. Look into some of the analytics, the trends. Parlay IQ is a ton of fun, putting together some plus EV parlays and premium picks each and every week in all the major sports. My NFL picks been on fire. Go and check it out. scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, let's get into this slate. Another big slate of games where no NBA night the other night on Tuesday. So back-to-back big slates here for us. We'll narrow it down to 6 of my favorite plays. Let's start at power forward or center, Bobby Portis of Milwaukee. Now, Jrue Holiday doubtful to play here tonight, so most likely he is going to be out. We'll see what happens there. If he is out, that puts Portis kind of in this Robin role. We know Giannis playing at an MVP level. Holiday kind of that second guy without Chris Middleton. Well, now it becomes Bobby Portis, and the numbers support that as well. When you dig into court IQ here at RotoGrinders in our premium suite of tools, we take Jrue Holiday off the floor. You see a huge bump, over 7.5% for Bobby Portis in that scenario. And these two teams just played the other night. 21 rebounds for Bobby Portis. We know it's a weak OKC interior. 43 DraftKings points in that one. And he did that despite shooting only 5 of 15. So we probably get extra shots here. He probably shoots better than 33%. Does he pull down 21 rebounds again? Unlikely. I think 12 to 15, not out of the range of possibilities. I think this is a 50-point night for Bobby Portis against OKC tonight. All right, let's go to the other side of that game. I think it's very stackable. We're going to go with their stud point guard, shooting guard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, Holiday being out also helps this side of the ball. We know he's one of the better defenders at the point guard position. In fact, really held this guy down in that last game. Held under 30 DraftKings points. In fact, that's the first time all season that he's been under 42 DraftKings points. So I think a lot of people are going to see that game log and say, I don't love this matchup for SGA, which is going to be a mistake. Also saving a lot of money in that matchup. He was $9,900, now down to $9,100. In fact, this is the lowest price we've seen on him since way back on October 25th on DraftKings. So it's a good buy low. The matchup better than you think without Jrue Holiday here. This game in OKC, I think they can stay a lot more competitive here, and the price down at $9,100. So it's a great buy low price here on SGA. The game is in OKC. I think they're more competitive here in this one, and no Jrue Holiday. Add it all up, SGA, solid play here on the higher end tonight against Milwaukee. All right, let's save you some money. We're going to go back to that game on the other side. Point guard, shooting guard, Javon Carter. Now, Carter, we know, not a huge usage guy, but you run the numbers without Holiday. You've seen a 3.5-point usage uptick. We know Giannis going to do everything in this offense. You know, Portis going to step up. I think there's plenty of room here for Javon Carter to drastically outproduce these salaries that we're seeing under 4K on both sides. So if you need some value, I think this is the route you want to go. 26 DraftKings points against the Thunder the other night. Gives you that solid 6.5, 7x return that we're looking for. And this is a guy that can do a little bit of everything. So doesn't necessarily have to get more shots in this offense. Going to get more minutes likely. That's going to lead to more stats, which obviously leads to more fantasy points. So just a solid value play. Enough upside in tournaments, and definitely a cash game building block at these prices here tonight. All right, let's go to the mid-range next. Shooting guard, small forward, power forward, depending on your site. Royce O'Neill of Brooklyn. Now, O'Neill, always one of my favorite stat stuffers. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but we know Brooklyn going to be without Kyrie Irving for quite some time. Cam Thomas was solid for us here the other night, so I don't mind going back that route as well. But O'Neill, a guy that's really added offense. When he was in Utah, this guy would do a little bit of everything. He'd pull down 15 boards, he'd block shots, handful of assists every single night. Never was really a scoring option here. Well, Brooklyn has needed that scoring. We know Kevin Durant going to be all world. He's going to get his numbers each and every night. But O'Neal's given them that offensive dimension that we haven't seen. So it just raises the floor and really gives them an unlocked ceiling that we didn't see in his time with Utah here. So really like this price here on him tonight. Under 5K on FanDuel, just a tick above on DraftKings here. 32 or more on DK in 3 of the last 4 games. So really pounding that 6X return every single night. I think he does it here once again on Wednesday night. All right, we'll stay in the mid-range at center with Ivica Zubac of the Clippers. Now, this guy, less of a cash game option, in my opinion, more of a tournament option. We've seen the production really be up and down here. We've seen a lot of highs is what I like in tournaments. You're going to get some of those duds. You're going to get some of those downs. That's the way it goes. Cash games, we're looking for a little bit more consistency. So really a GPP focus here for me tonight. But go back to opening night. This guy destroyed this Lakers interior, and it's something a lot of teams have done. We'll touch on that here in a second. 14 points, 17 rebounds against LA to go along with 5 block shots. Really had one of his better games of the season here. The Lakers have been torched by centers. In fact, 3rd most fantasy points allowed, but the most rebounds per game. That is the name of the game here for Zubac. I think another 15-plus rebound game not out of the question. Take a look at those props in the betting market for him tonight on double-doubles, on rebounds, and love him in your DFS lineups tonight against this awful LA Lakers interior. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Wednesday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Free to play, easy to play. Just get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points for my favorite play of the night on DraftKings tonight. Closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. And while you're down there, say you're tending the bar. You're sitting here. I want to know who your favorite play is on this Wednesday night slate. Sound off in that YouTube comment section. All right, let's wrap it up. My favorite play for Wednesday night. You know, Mass, the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to go to point guard, shooting guard, Fred VanVleet of Toronto, tonight's Beast of the Night. So we know Pascal Siakam going to miss a ton of time. OG Anunoby, a little disappointing for us on Monday night, so I don't mind going back to him. I think you'll get really minimal ownership here, and I think you have multiple Raptors in your lineup in this matchup. But love this spot for VanVleet tonight. We run the numbers in court IQ again. We take Siakam off the floor. Usage jumps over 5% this season for Fred VanVleet. 1.2 fantasy points per minute in that same scenario. Leads this Toronto team. And we know this is a great matchup. Houston, whether it's point guard, shooting guard, has not mattered. They're allowed the 2nd most fantasy points to both of those positions tonight. Feels like a 50, potentially 60-point night out of Fred VanVleet at solid 8K prices. Sign me up, Fred VanVleet. Easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that wraps up for Wednesday night, talking NBA hoops. 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video here on YouTube. Make sure you've hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. Head over to scoresandodds.com/beer for tons of great sports betting information. That link right here in the description of the video. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck in NBA tonight. We'll be back with some NFL videos tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe. Don't miss out on that. Thank you for watching. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist